On January 14, 2021, Uganda organized presidential elections. Museveni, whose rebel army comprised of child soldiers, came into power in 1986 after overthrowing the Obote II government. He has announced himself as the winner in all 6 presidential elections held since. Why does he even hold elections? Uganda is one of the world's poorest countries and totally dependent on donor aid, with a dictator who has been convicted for corruption. To continue receiving donor funds, the donors insist that Uganda has elections, a request Museveni is quite happy to comply with, because he has the ultimate solution: hold zombie elections. However, in 2017, Museveni's worst fears were realized. A young, charismatic and vocal musician contested and won a seat in parliament. The former singer Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu spearheaded challenges to a number of acts and in 2020 founded the National Unity Platform, of which he announced his intention to run for president. His humble ghetto beginnings inspired a generation of voters and he immediately became very popular. Museveni's only solution to the threat Bobi Wine presented was more violence and intimidation. And he is not secretive about his plan.
We shall crush those enemies.
His NRM party officials were instructed to stuff ballot boxes. Opposition leaders were thrown in jail.
We are not violent. I am a fully fledged judicial officer. I'm a magistrate. I only carry the voice of the
eventually leading to the arrest of Bobi Wine, which made Ugandans furious as they took to the streets to demand his release.
Violently broken into the pop star politician's vehicle and taken him into custody. Wine, real name Robert Chagulanyi, is standing against President Yoweri Museveni in a January presidential election.
Army trucks drove through Kampala, randomly killing Ugandans. Over the course of the 2 days, the 18th and 19th of November, over 100 unarmed Ugandans were killed. Right through the presidential campaigns, there were several attempts on Bobi Wine's life. On the election day, January 14, 2021, opposition agents were beaten up, arrested and tortured, while NRM officials continued to stuff ballot boxes. A total internet shutdown was ordered, and on the 18th of January, the Electoral Commission released its results. But the numbers didn't add up. Ugandans protested the fraud, but they only have their bare hands to fight French tear gas grenades shot from Dutch-supplied SUVs. They have to face British and American-trained soldiers armed with Israeli weapons using munitions produced in Italy. Those who stand up for democracy are tortured in prisons funded by the EU. Museveni was yet again proclaimed the winner. But the violence against the opposition continued, and so-called drones started to arrest and abduct opposition members. 2 members of parliament were picked up and thrown into jail on the basis of fake charges.
The pickup truck managed to cut off Malende's vehicle right at the intersection before the express highway, where the Joint Anti-Terrorism Unit officers then disembarked and muscled Segirinya out of Malende's vehicle and packed him into their drone. All the while, the officers cocked their guns and pointed them at journalists, screaming at them to go away.
PEN International Right of Courage, Kakwenza Rukira Basaija, was arrested and tortured by the regime's special forces. Kakwenza was denied medical attention and legal assistance. How much longer will the world accept this injustice?